Hello everyone, I'm Deb and this is DB Designs and Sewing Australia. Welcome to all my subscribers and welcome to anybody who is new. Now today I've come to show you my new shirt, which I'm so wrapped with, and it's called the Frankie Shirt by the Sewing Workshop. It is really good. I have got some line drawings there of what the shirt looks like. And what I really wanted, actually they're better line drawings. What I really wanted, and this is off Instagram, was this shirt here. So it's come out very similarly, except the front of this is much shorter. Not sure I need it shorter when you're as old as me. You know, do you really want anyone to see that stomach, depending what you wear under it? Now, in the photos, I've got it on with my black Anita Ponte pants, but I have recently purchased the Motto leather look, stretchy leather pants. They're not really leather. Pleather pants, which are very nice, I must say. The ones that are supposed to give you a bum when you haven't got one, they don't. I don't think, if you've got no flesh there, it can't lift anything up, basically. So, doesn't matter. This shirt's long. It's what I had intended to wear it with. So I have never used the Sewing Workshop patterns before. And I must say the instructions are excellent. Really good. Now, it's got a great pleat in the back. So it's got this great pleat in the back. Now, this is in a cotton sateen from Spotlight, and it's called Audrey Spot. And because it's black, it's covered in fluff. Now, the only thing I could say is, see this top stitching here? They want you to do it 3/8 of an inch from here. And I didn't. I did it way out here, and I'll show you why. Now, the reason I did it way out there was because it's got this section here, and I really wanted to stitch that out there, not in here, because then that would be flapping around, you know, like it does there, where it's supposed to. But I didn't want these pieces, I wanted to hold them down. So it's very neat on the inside. And it does a bit of overlaying. Now that looks like that's white overlocking thread, but it's actually grey. And the reason I did grey was because in the white sections, I didn't want you to be able to see that it was black underneath. I'm not sure if you would with this fabric, because it's quite thick, because it's cotton sateen. But beautiful shirt. Absolutely loving it. Cannot wait to wear this. I'm even thinking that you could wear this to the races. It's really nice. It doesn't say to interface anything. So the collar is one piece that you fold over. So this is the collar that you fold over. And so I interfaced the whole collar. And it just says that you can interface things if you want to. And so I also interfaced the front facings, which are just turned over twice. If you were going to use big buttons, you might want to certainly make the right hand turn over a bit wider, because as you can see, it only accommodates for what I would call a smallish button. I didn't think this needed big buttons on it because of the fabric. So I didn't have any plain black buttons that were suitable. And he had ones that were a bit, looked like they came off a school uniform. And so I had these black and silver ones, which are really nice buttons. But loving the back, and so you get that whole raglan sleeve look, but at the front it's not. It's a two-piece sleeve. And although these instructions might look like they're difficult, they're actually really easy. And it does things like get you to pre-press where you're going to turn up twice before stitching the seam, because it's easier if you've pre-pressed it to get it into the right place once you have stitched it. So the side has this overlapping part like that, and that is top stitched over to here. So it's got reinforcements at all the places where you're doing an overlapping type of seam, so that obviously you don't tear it, or just to give it a little bit more safety when you're wearing it. But overall, love the pattern. And it does tell you to turn over the collar and hand stitch it, but I quite like hand stitching, so that was no big deal for me. Even though there's quite a bit of top stitching on this shirt, I didn't want to top stitch the collar. Didn't want to wreck that, because I think it's quite glamorous, this shirt. I think it looks really cool. So that was my adventures with the Sewing Workshop Frankie shirt. And the Sewing Workshop have got a fair few other nice shirt patterns too. There's one called the Cottage Shirt, which looks quite nice. So I can see a few more shirts from that. So this is a picture of what the end product will look like. You've got those overlapping there, and at the sides. So you can see that's the way you construct the sleeve. So two-piece sleeve and fabulous instructions. I actually followed the instructions. So probably if it was the first time you were making a shirt, it would not necessarily be the pattern to go for. But if you've made a shirt before, you will be able to understand the instructions. All the pieces fit well together. Yeah, what else can you say? Absolutely love it. Depending how up you want the collar to be, you can wear it down, you can wear it open. What's the lady in the picture got? Well, she's got hers. It's harder to see and it's in black and white. She's got her collar turned down. Probably wouldn't go for a turn down in this collar because my fabric is white on the inside. You know how I don't like that. So if you're going to wear it turned down, if I was really going to wear it turned down all the time, I would probably put another button on it so that it was up there like that. But I think I much prefer it like that. And it just constantly gets cotton stuck all over it. But yeah, loving that pattern. Really, really nice. I think it looks very glam. So it'll be one of my things that, I don't know, maybe one of my choices for the races in October. You could wear, like, it's big enough. And size M was the size I measured, I'm sure. Oh, God, it's not in. So the size M, So size medium is a 12 and a 14. So extra small is a 6. Small medium is an 8 to 10. Medium is a 12 to 14. Large is a 16 to 18. Extra large is a 20. And extra, extra large is a 22. So the bust is from... The bust for the medium is a 36 to 38. Which is actually smaller than my bust because that's like a 92 to 97. And mine's, I think it's 99. But then it does give you the finished size. It does give you the finished measurements of the shirt in the bust. Because really, in this shirt, that's the only place it's got to fit. It's quite flared out. So the finished size is 40 or 102. So I knew that it would fit. And I actually think it comes out a little bit bigger than that. No gaping in the buttonholes at all, but I did try it on. I never actually take any notice of where shirts tell me to put the buttons because it needs to go across like the biggest point of your bust. So this button here, even though my mannequin would be there, I'm obviously there. Why? Because I'm old. Doesn't matter what bra you wear, it doesn't make that much difference. Yeah, and see the finished hip on the medium is 51, which is 130, and I think my hips are smaller than my bust, so they're 97 or something these days. So really, really happy with that shirt. I think it looks really good. Not sure where I'll be wearing it to. So at first glance, the pattern pieces could probably look a little bit overwhelming. So when we look at the pattern pieces like this, really, I don't know why they've got them like that, but so that's your front, that's your back, and you can see that they've got like quite odd shapes on them. That's one part of your sleeve, that's the other part of your sleeve, and that's your collar. So you've actually only got 5 pattern pieces. So you've got, it's the front and the side back. So as you can see, this is your front and your side back, and this is your arm size, so where your sleeve's going to go into. So your front is also wrapping around to your back a little bit, especially in the top shoulder part. So it can look a bit odd, but trust the process, follow the instructions, you'll be able to make it. So that was my adventures with the Frankie shirt. I will have an upcoming video on how to line the Jill Coatigan from Seamwork, because you do have to cut a new front section that doesn't include the facing that's going to join to the facing for the lining. But that will be coming up soon. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the Frankie shirt, and have you made it? Have you used, what's it called? Sewing workshop patterns before. They look like they've got a fair few good shirt patterns, so I may have more of them coming up because I really love that one. I think it's fabulous. I will talk to you all soon. Please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful sewing week. Bye.